Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was just getting logged in to, take a valuation of how much time I had left on the pass, and the season ranking has reset. So I actually didn't make it into even Diamond. I do need to spend more time on my grind if I want to get a little more rewards, because if I would have pushed through Platinum, I would have gotten one more pack. And yeah, that being said, I got 4 packs, which is kind of nice. Normally I do get 6, maybe I only get 5. Either way, on the note of the pass, 2 days. So all of my dailies are going to basically reset in 2 days, and I'm getting close to losing my weekly if I'm not careful either. So I'm hoping just to push a little. Should have actually looked at what I was supposed to be doing. I know one of mine's attack with creatures, blue or red. So in a way, I'm glad I was looking there, and that alchemy ranked. I don't know, I was floundering. Blue or red? I don't have a mono blue deck, and I don't have a mono red deck. I was actually just questioning what would be my best option for my heaviest blue deck. I know the other day I was saying I don't necessarily want to grind a bunch on my Seeker deck because it tends to be slow. One of the other options I could do is the jump in. I never did finish this one. And I guess it has a little bit of red in it. I was wondering, I wouldn't mind getting a win on it before I can just resign and do a new pick for colors. The other option, I could look to build out a mono red deck. I haven't really looked to do so yet. I think that looks good. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you may pay 1. If you do, I can put a +1/+1 counter on this. So I don't necessarily have a lot of artifacts, but I can pump him on 3. Let's see how it plays. That puts me playing my Shocking Shock Brigade later. There are quite a few people rolling that little gremlin. So, good game to you two. Pay 1 life. Don't recognize. I am actually slowed down on 3. I didn't realize that. The Debris Churner deals 3 damage to any one target. I'm going to station it. I was just questioning if I played my Shocking Shock Brigade. He has Menace, so I could still push next round. But with the Asban Devotee, that's a mana flex. Sacrifice another creature, it gains indestructible. That can come in with haste. If I defibrillating current, this is probably stupid. He can't sacrifice it. He needs to play another creature to sacrifice. And in a way, I kind of want to get into more mana. I should have probably played that differently. I'm glad at least most of this stuff is looking red in my hand and will work towards my daily. So, even as a 3/3, I'm going to lose it. Decline. I'll get my basic land. And then I can do my Menace and just push. Now that I have the 4 mana, as a 3/5. No blocks. That's a little unfortunate for me. It's an artifact I don't have enough to... Then I can push with the mobilize. And then next round I can get maybe the bone carrion out. Glad to just keep a clip on it. He still has one creature he can put down. I don't necessarily have high hopes. And a 1/3. It deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control. At this point, I'm just going to auto-pay that. And yeah, we're just trading at this point. Or I'm at a certain point pretty heavily relying on top decking, and I don't think he is. What can she do? As long as there are 3 or more different kinds. So I can basically make him kill his own. Once again, on like the 4/3. 2/4, it'll become a 6/6. What do I want to do? He might be able to protect it. I can warp it in for 2. Mobilize. Still just trying to keep pushing. At this point, it's his game. Because he can just attack and I'm tapped out. But it was, in some ways, about playing my reds and get my cards out. But he can just push and finish it. Assuming he doesn't finish it quick, I'm just gonna move on. I was pretty happy, I guess, with how that played for being fairly heavy red. I was actually wondering about my Asban, or my Mardu deck. But getting the free card out of the deal at this point is what I can do as a, aside from working my dailies. So it's an artifact robot. And my last action, this deck does have an interesting number of artifacts that being able to pay 1 to keep adding tokens kept coming up. As a 2/1. And he can tap it to add 1 at mana ramps. But you can only use it to cast an enchantment spell or unlock a door or turn a card face up. As a 2/3, face down permanents you control have whenever this creature or another creature you control is turned face up. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. That is not looking very promising for me. So I can discard a card for 2 more cards. If I warp this in, when I attack, I'm going to be a 3/1. I'm assuming he's just going to push Manifest Dread. So he gets to look at 2 cards and get a face down card. And when he turns it up, options. So defibrillating current was what I actually probably should have done. Is it 4-4 I can't? Or is it 3-4? Because I really only have the one red that comes from my Nomad's Outpost at this point. As a 5-4 trample. This is definitely getting out of what I can easily deal with. Unlock a door. Is Surveil 2? What's the other half do? Manifest Dread. So I have my Siege Breaker. Defibrillating current, I almost need to take care of the 5-4 with trample. Just fly over him. I'm pretty sure this is his game on multiple levels. You may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. I was wondering what I had with enter on effect, or what did he... At the beginning of your end step, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless a permanent entered the battlefield under your control. That's nice. And I need 2 to sacrifice it. So once again, there isn't a lot here that's going to save me, and I only have the 1 red. And I can't tap it for the 1 red because... yeah. I'll go back to this as his game. If I'm trying to get wins in, this might not have been the best deck. One of the things I was saying too about sometimes finding the synergy within a deck is a little hard. He is playing a manifest deck. And yeah, this is his game. I was questioning, just trying to get the end of my red down. Cancel, pass, 1 block. Sacrifice another artifact. Oh, in a way I did that stupid. I should have blocked with this one. Never mind. Pass. Knowing the mechanics of your deck, I thought I could self-sacrifice it and prevent and get the card out of the deal. But I had to sacrifice another artifact, not that artifact. And he definitely has card draw on me. And in something like a jump in, that can be almost game right there. I have no idea why he didn't push. You may discard a card. I was actually thinking about going for the +1/+1. I'm assuming he has an instant here. You know, I don't know why. I guess trying to drag this out, or this is basically his game. He has an instant. Oh, I could have used the 1 tap on that to get my melted Moxide out. So, come on. This is already starting to feel like it's dragging out. At least hope I can get my daily knocked out with this one. Back to, I don't even know why he's dragging this out. What do I have? Haste, warp. My siege breaker's nice. I don't know. Submit one. Deals damage equal to the number of artifacts to target creature. I only have 3. I'm not sure why he didn't push, or at this point he's just gonna push. I'm glad to be done. And if he doesn't push, I'll just play my last red and concede. I guess technically I could have... No. I could have blocked 10 damage coming through and I still would have been at 0. And I didn't get my daily. I need 5 more red spells. Or attack with 6 or 9 more creatures. I don't know, I just... I'll see what I can do about chopping up the video or shortening it. I do appreciate those that take the time to watch my videos, and long format videos are in some ways a commitment. I'm not a huge fan of 30-minute videos. So, not a fan. But it's almost entirely wild, or wild red. So, I can start to go black maybe? Don't recognize it. So I need to, in order for and I can station. As a 1/3, I could have actually probably blocked the 2 damage unless he had a buff. What do I even get? Sacrifice a land and create a 2/2 colorless robot. I'm definitely not a fan of that. So the gunship will deal its damage equal to the number of artifacts you control. So I will get 2 out of it. With Menace, there isn't much you can do. The Bone Carrion. So I guess what I need to get up. Depends what he plays here for a creature. A 2/5. Station. I don't think he realized that had Death Touch. Maybe he did. I'm feeling a lot better about how this game's going. That is a little unfortunate, but his ability is... And he manifests dread and auto-attaches to it. Equipped creature has Menace. Create 3 tokens. They gain Menace and Haste until end of turn. If I discard that, I can get 2 replacements. I can warp it in. I can kill his Menace. Trying to figure out what's the best option here. It's It's more about the setup for next round because I can do the either the warp in for the +1/+1. I have the control to be able to kill his flyer too. In some ways, this is the long game. Or we're both just almost going to be top decking. And it's who really wants to see it through. Because yeah, on the note of grinding my rankings and games per minute, choose up to one other target creature until end of turn. It has base power and toughness of 4. Nice. It's just wondering, because I can actually, if I warp it in, I can play it as a second red later. Or maybe it comes in as colorless later. And I should be able to actually do some stationing here. I have Menace. Here's where I think it'll probably be about ready to concede. When this enters, it deals damage. If I put 6 into it, which I can right now, only does 2 damage. So yeah, now I can actually play it as another red. Tap, untap. Got my win. Got my 5 spells, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Cha-ching, cha-ching. And I get to claim my card. That was a little bit of a stutter. And the Shimmer Creep. I had somebody play that against me the other day. And then, yeah, resign. What I was going to do is pull in for some reds, but with that, yeah, I only have 1 daily left. And look forward to doing some Magic in the future.